No mai haere mai, welcome to 3 News. Kīngi Tūheitia has been laid to rest on the sacred Taupiri Maunga, bringing to an end a 7-day tangihanga attended by tens of thousands of people from across Aotearoa and the world. And on the final morning, it was revealed the line of succession would remain in the family, meaning the new monarch's first job was to accompany their father on his final journey down the Waikato River. They came in their thousands to usher in a new era of the Kiingitanga and to farewell another. Pare kawa kawa, the mourning wreath adorning heads, a way of showing grief and aroha, acknowledging the enormity of the loss of a great leader. History unfolding at Tūranga Waiwai Marae with Te Whakawahinga, the raising up ceremony. A powerful karanga fueling emotions as a new monarch chosen by rangatira from across the motu was revealed. Kīngi Tūheitia, po tātou Te Whirowhiro VII's youngest child and his only daughter, Queenie Ngā Wai hono i te pō, stepping forward to take up her father's mantle. The new Māori Queen warmly welcomed by her people. She is the 8th Māori monarch, only the 2nd woman, and at 27, the 2nd youngest to ever be appointed.
Hey Queenie! Hey Queenie! Queenie, Ngā Wai hono i te pō!
Anointed and blessed by the same Bible used to raise up the first Māori monarch, po tātou Te Whirowhiro in 1858. She is his direct descendant. The new queen, solemn, contemplative. Now the line of succession secured, the final farewell for her father could begin.
Kia Kīngi Tūheitia taurangi Māori e.
Anglican Church representatives paid their own respects to Kīngi Tūheitia with karakia. And the thousands that gathered to watch the service joined together in Waiata. The kotahitanga, or unity the Kīngi so strongly advocated for, on display. Then whānau and manuhiri gathered, lifting his coffin, and the king began his final journey to the sacred Tainui burial ground of Taupiri Maunga. Waka waiting on the waters of the Waikato River as his funeral cortege made its way past thousands of mourners and warriors gathered to honour Kīngi Tūheitia and his 18-year reign. Tātahi Ora, the king's waka, carried him, his whānau and the new queen down his awa. A family in mourning for a king who has passed, buoyed by a queen who has risen. It was an historic sight, a fleet of 6 waka keeping perfect time. Paddling a journey like no other, over 2 hours to Taupiri Maunga, where the king would finally be laid to rest alongside his royal ancestors. As the haka every Kiwi knows rang out, the king was carried on the shoulders of members of Waikato rugby and rugby league clubs, with the help of ropes to ascend the steep steps to the summit of Taupiri Maunga. His grave will be left unmarked, signifying that in death, the monarch is equal with their people. Kīngi Tūheitia's final resting place, where he will be remembered for his life of service and his ability to unite.
I believe that the future is a new horizon, where Māori take the lead. You've shown me, and we have shown ourselves what we can achieve when we lead. Let's keep pushing forward. While we are currently facing a storm, there's no need to worry. In this storm, we are strong. Together, the wind in our sails is kotahitanga. And with that, we will reach our destination.
Moi mai rā e te rangatira, moi mai rā. Queenie Ngā Wai hono i te pō was always a front-runner to succeed her father. In 2020, she was appointed to the Waitangi National Trust, a role previously held by her grandmother, Te Ariki Nui Dame Te Atairangi Kahu, the last Māori Queen. And she has represented her father and the Kiingitanga at home and abroad. But that didn't quell the huge sense of anticipation across the motu before her ascension this morning. Let's go now to Laura Tupou, who is at Tūranga Waiwai Marae. Kia ora, Laura. What's the reaction to the new Queen been like there?
Well, Sam, there were tears, there were cheers, there were cuddles. We were part of the crowd here as everyone learned of who the new monarch would be. And that was at about 10 o'clock this morning, but people were on the road early. I spoke to several people who were up at 5 a.m, tamariki in tow, ready to be here, to have a front row to witness this history that was made here today. Because of the nature of the timing of the new monarch, there was, of course, a little bit of sadness too. The big reveal of the next monarch, thousands waiting to see who would be ushered in by Te Ko Mā Rā, the Kiingitanga Advisory Council, who were tasked with selecting who would succeed Kīngi Tūheitia. And when it was clear who it was, only aroha and support from those watching, and those who caught up a little later.
Well, actually, I didn't see her because there were so many people, so we were just wondering who it was, and we were stuck behind a tent. But as soon as there were whispers that it was her, everyone was like, yeah, really stoked, amazed, and what's that word that you used before? Relieved.
We were walking across the bridge as it happened, and to hear the crowd erupt, because I was watching it on my phone, it's really special. Considering we had Te Atairangi Kahu, now we've got Tūheitia, and now another Māori Queen. So how cool for us as Māori now that we have another Queen. It's really exciting, and I can't wait to see where we go from here with her.
Ngā Wai hono i te pō is a gifted kapahaka practitioner, an alumni of Waikato University with a Masters in Tikanga Māori. She's been by her father's side all week as his third child, his only daughter. Today, the 27-year-old sat on the throne next to the late Kīngi Tūheitia as the new monarch, Queenie Ngā Wai hono i te pō.
Hey Queenie! Hey Queenie! Hey Queenie!
But naturally, the emotions were mixed.
It's lovely, but it's also very sad. And we've been followers of the Kiingitanga for years, and it's so lovely that Ngā Wai has been chosen as the Queen, but at the same time it's so sad that her dad's now going to be going down the river to his resting place. So we've come to say our goodbyes to him and just share the love with the rest of the motu.
And there really was that unity, that kotahitanga today, from everyone present. Thousands lined the river to follow Kīngi Tūheitia's journey, and tainui, as they have done every day, made it easy. And if there was ever a wait, there was always waiata in all its forms. The day has run like clockwork. Not only do they have to get the thousands and thousands of mourners from Tūranga Waiwai to Taupiri Maunga, about 10 kilometres away, they've even popped on a train, given us something to eat, and we've got a front row seat to Kīngi Tūheitia's body being taken up to the top of the Maunga. The hospitality, manaakitanga, the Kiingitanga on display as people look to the future.
Oh, it's going to live on forever. It really will. Through the people are strong, and Ngā Wai is there to help keep it strong.
I think she'll have stability. It'll be wonderful for all our rangatahi growing up. Interesting times.
Times that will now have a queen as the head of the Kiingitanga. Well, broadcaster Orini Kaipara joins me now. Kia ora, Orini. It was a beautiful day here, not a cloud in the sky. How symbolic is that for an occasion such as this?
I mean, absolutely special. It's one of a kind, you know. Just as his tangi, Kīngi Tūheitia Pōtatau, te wherowhero te tuawhitus tangi, was one of a generation experience, but today's weather was absolutely stunning. For me, it started at 4 a.m. when I just stayed across the road, across the river actually, and at 4 a.m. on the dot, we heard the karakia, the tauā, the haka warriors that we saw throughout the procession. They were going, they started their karakia at 4 a.m. and right to now, you know, it's been clear skies. The last 6 days has been torrential rain, so it's a beautiful sign that I think our king, our late Māori king, is finally at peace.
And today we must say we have a new queen, a new Māori queen. What kind of a queen do you think she will be?
I think she'll be a formidable leader in her own right, following in the footsteps of her father, of her grandmother and her great-grandfathers. The Ngā Wai hono i te pō, Queenie Ngā Wai hono i te pō, is a kohanga reo, a child, or she was a graduate of Kohanga Reo Kura Kaupapa, total immersion. So she's, I believe, the first modern fluent Māori sovereign or monarch, and especially for the Kiingitanga movement. So I think, in my own view, Laura and everyone watching, I believe she could become or will become te queeni o te reo. So the queen of the Māori language, you know, her legacy, it will be something quite inspiring, I'm sure, just like her father was known and is still known as te kingi o te kotahitanga, which is the king of unity.
And the tangihanga continues here this evening.
Yeah.
It may be getting dark, but things are still happening. What can we expect this evening?
That's right. Well, it's like any tangihanga process, the most important part is, of course, lifting the tapu, or the sacredness of the entire event. So everyone's having a kai. We call that a hakari, or the feast, and that's to whakawhanaunga as well. You know, I'm sure that's a common word these days where, you know, that's an important part where we bond. We continue reflecting on the day together as a people. That's not only kotahitanga, but that's how we connect on a community level, and so that's what's happening tonight.
Orini Kaipara, thanks so much for your time. It's an amazing atmosphere down here. There may have been thousands of people this morning, but there are still hundreds milling around and ready to wrap up this huge tangihanga here in Ngā Wai.